All right, section 2's notes are pretty short because all we're doing is really combining the notes that we already took on sections 2.1 and 2.2 on one-step equations and putting them together. Now we're going to have more than one step in the same equation, but the goal is the same, to get the letter by itself. The first thing we have to remember is that if you have any numbers being added or subtracted, that's what you have to do first. And then we worry about multiplication and division. Also, something else you want to do is that you have to combine any like terms. Before you can solve the problem, you want to put all your numbers together and all your x's together. All right, so let's take a look at some examples. Number 1. Let's throw a negative sign out front just to make it a little trickier. So we have negative 1/2 b plus 9 equals 5. We want to start by getting rid of the addition or subtraction first. So the opposite of plus 9 is going to be to subtract 9 on both sides. The 9s are going to cancel out. We get negative 1/2 b equals negative 4. Now to get the b by itself, it's negative 1/2 times b. The opposite of times is to divide by negative 1/2. So these cancel out. But remember, dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by negative 2/1, multiplied by the reciprocal on the other side. That leaves us with b equals positive 8 when we do that multiplication. And there's our answer. Number 2, we have 3n divided by 4 equals negative 12. The first thing we have to do is get rid of the divided by 4, so let's multiply by 4 on both sides. On the left, the 4's are going to cancel. We'll get 3n equals negative 48. But now we have 3 times n. To undo that multiplication, we're going to divide by 3 on both sides. The 3's on the left will cancel. We're left with n equals negative 16 as our final answer. All right, in number 3, let's add a negative sign in front of the 36. And let's add a negative sign in front of the 4n. Now here is a situation where we have to combine like terms before we start. Notice on the left we have n in 2 places, so we have to put that together. Negative 4n plus 7n leaves us with 3n on the left, and that equals negative 36. Now to get the n by itself, we're going to divide by 3 on both sides. On the left, the 3's will cancel. We're left with n equals negative 12 when you do the division on the right. All right, number 4. Y minus 2 divided by 3 equals 7. We have to kind of go backwards. When I read the problem out loud, I say y minus 2 divided by 3. Divided by 3 is the last thing I said. That's the first thing I have to get rid of. So the opposite of divided by 3 is to multiply by 3 on both sides. On the left, the 3's cancel. I'm left with y minus 2 equals 21. And now to get rid of minus 2, I'm just going to add 2 on both sides. And I'm left with y equals 23 as my final answer. All right, in number 5, this empty spot should be a minus sign. Again, I'm not sure why that happens, but it does. Now on the right side of this problem, again, we have a c in 2 places. So our first step needs to be to put that together. We have 5 equals 1c plus 8c is 9c minus 4. Now to get the c by itself, we have to get rid of what's being added or subtracted. So we have to get rid of that minus 4. To do that, we're going to add 4 to both sides. The 4's cancel out. 5 plus 4 is 9. I get 9 equals 9c. Since it's 9 times c, I'm going to divide by 9 on both sides. And I get c equals 1 as my final answer. That's it for this section of notes, just combining the last two sections that we did, but remember, get rid of the add or subtract first, and then get rid of the multiply or divide. This video matches worksheet 2-3 in your practice packet, and that's what you should work on after this.